Sports Card and Sports Podcast. I'm Mark, and I'm with Sam again. How's it been going?
It's been going.
The new year, it started.
Oh, darn.
Now it's almost February.
That's what that was?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if that's what you would call it.
in Texas, it's very confusing because it's hot, cold all the time. So
I
we don't
feel
have any
like-
seasons.
Well, and then this week especially, like you had 2 days worth of nothing but torrential downpour and
Right.
rain. And then now, the last 2 days, it's been like bright and sunny and 65 and waiting for you to go outside so you can go have fun. And I'm like, wait, where is this supposed to be winter? Is this supposed to be spring? Are we
Yeah.
in summer again? Like, where are we in this?
There's only one season here,
It's just Texas.
and that's it. Yeah.
We just call it
So
Texas.
whatever year it is, 2023, the season
It's
of
Texas.
2023. Yeah. And as every January happens, people are eagerly awaiting February, which holds the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So,
I have my picks.
we'll start off with a Super Bowl, going the route of memorabilia and auction. So the Hand
Yes.
of God ball, which if you don't know, Diego Maradona in the '86 World Cup scored like this.
Yes.
Clearly can see it on even a YouTube video now.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess they did not have that VR replay back then where they could stop the game and go from 90 different angles or whatever.
You mean they couldn't just like all zone in with everybody's
No.
cameras and all the cameras on the field and be
No.
like, yo, he touched it?
Yeah. No, it was just a he said situation, and Maradona won.
Nice.
So
He just
But-
just paid them off better.
totally hit the ball in with his hand.
1,000%.
Maybe like a little bit of his hairline, but mostly his hand.
He just went like, yo.
So probably, so I would assume at least on the public market, that's the most famous soccer ball out there.
I mean,
So,
yeah.
It's up for auction now.
I don't know.
Currently
I
it's
think anything
700,000.
now after this World Cup, after,
Mm-hmm.
Messi winning and things like that, I think things signed by him is going to be a lot more.
Well, this is the
I
ball
think-
itself.
Yes.
So
But that's what I'm saying. If we could get, I don't know, I think anything signed by him or even
Mm-hmm.
that ball that he played with, last winning game and all that stuff, I think that may be good. But this is quite an auction for
Yeah.
this ball.
it's up to 700 grand. Mm-hmm. That's a lot.
I don't know that I would pay that.
Well, I mean, that's all hypothetical. I mean, I guess if you have that much money to spend,
I mean, yeah, if it's
On a
if it's
old
a
soccer
penny in the drop in your pocket,
sure.
sure.
Yeah,
but
something like that.
eh,
But I mean, like one of Maradona's jerseys sold for $9 million last year.
that just is crazy. I mean, I understand it because World Cup, all of that. Like, I get that, the big hype for soccer and everything that's been going on, and the people that soccer has lost. They want to strangle up all those memorabilia items from those people because, without realizing it, they lost some big people last year.
Well, I mean, the biggest ever, Pele, sure.
Yeah.
And Maradona, did he pass 2 years ago? Maybe there's an excellent
2,
documentary
I
on him
think.
on HBO. Yeah.
Yeah. But I just learned recently that Alan Watson, I think is how they pronounced his last name, he passed away at 24.
Oh wow.
And he's Europa League, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this year or late last year?
Late last year.
Okay.
Like, his team was just like, the stadium's been shut down. They've been doing tributes to him and all kinds of stuff. It's just like, it's lasted a while. And I was like, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
No, like, I was just doing research on soccer in general, trying
Right.
to learn more knowledge about it. And then this popped up, and I'm like, why was this not news? Why was this not big?
Yeah. Well, we escaped the complete tragedy here with Damar Hamlin surviving. So
Yes, we
thank
were
goodness.
very thankful for Damar Hamlin
Yeah.
surviving. And did you see him at the
Did.
game?
Yeah.
Giving all of his love. I was
Yeah.
kind of torn between who I wanted to win that
Right.
game because I'm like, of course I want Buffalo to win because Damar's back. He's gonna be he's not on the field, but he's gonna be in the stadium. But
Mm-hmm.
then I'm like, Joe Burrow has a pretty decent shot of trying to win the Super Bowl if he
Yeah.
can make it past Kansas City. So
Right.
it's just, who do I want? I'm really happy for them. They played a really good game, both sides.
Yeah.
Like, that was a tremendous game. was one
But
of the,
but when you're those two teams, it's like not getting to the Super Bowl's a bad season. So
yeah.
if you're the Texans and you got to playoffs, it'd be a miracle. But at least
Listen,
as it stands. But there was a point in time, believe it or not, where the Texans losing in the first round of the playoffs would have been a disappointment. That was
Every
J.J. Watt's
team-
peak
every
years.
every team goes through it.
Sure.
Every team goes through a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of rebuilds, trying to figure out where they want to be, who they want to be, get new guys, do old guys. I mean, every team's got to go through a transition period.
Sure.
And I just feel like that's kind of where the Texans have been at, you know,
Forever?
since-
Yeah.
Well, not forever, but because they've had some really good years.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been one of those that they just can't seem to get the right fit in that, you know, arena, whether it's the players or the coaching staff or the owners or whatever. There's just something that's just not connecting and getting them to the level that they all want to play at.
Right. Which is anything better than what they were this year.
Agree.
But first, they got to get a coach. Sean Payton's not even getting a second interview, so no one knows what's going on there. I mean, he's asking for like, what, 20, 25 million a year,
I was going to say
plus
something like that.
compensatory picks from the Saints. So it would be a big cost. But, I mean, if you're the Texans, you're going to waste the picks anyway. So
Yeah.
why not just
Why not just
use
take
that
it?
number 12 on the coach?
Yeah.
Another memorabilia news. Probably the most famous boxing trunks ever, the last ones that Ali ever wore.
Mm-hmm.
And that was from the 1981 bout Drama in Bahama because of Ali was in it, had to rhyme, right?
Yes.
And that was against Trevor Berbick. He actually lost that fight. That was like the fifth and final fight he ever lost.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because after that, he called, "I'm done."
that is between that and the ball, very expensive PE equipment. Like the most expensive PE equipment in history, probably.
Yeah. I would just, as someone, you know, I'm a lover of all sports,
Mm-hmm.
and I think these are fantastic. Like the Hand of God ball and the boxing. Could you
Yeah.
just imagine if, like, a private, like, nobody blue collar guy just won these auctions?
Yeah.
And, like, where would you put that? Would you donate it to, like, a museum? Would you donate it to, like, a school? Or, like, because, you know, there's a ton of schools that take some of the athletic ability
Mm-hmm.
from, they, like, claim, oh, you know, Paul Goldschmidt went to our high school. You need to come
Right.
here, you know? Like,
I don't think it would work that way.
I mean, you know,
Unless it was like instilled with some sort of movie magic where everyone that touched that ball got Maradona's like skills.
Space Jam
We should
happened.
probably write that movie.
Space Jam happened, guys.
Yeah, but there wasn't a magic ball. That,
No, wasn't there one? There was I was pretty sure it was a basketball movie where the kid, it was like Shaq's ball, like Shaq touched it
I
and
think
he became
that sounds familiar.
like he had Shaq, like, you
Is
know,
that the one
Mojo.
that starred Bow Wow?
Maybe, I don't
But
remember.
and I think it was sneakers, maybe,
Was it sneakers? I thought
Maybe.
it was a ball,
or a jersey.
something like that.
But then there was also the one where was it Marlon Wayans? He was a ghost.
Yes.
The sixth man.
Yes.
That one too. Completely
one's good.
unrelated. Completely unrelated.
No, but that would be kind of cool. You know, you
Yeah.
get to wear the shoes of the person or you touch the ball of the person, like.
Well, that would be
And
your
then
hope
you
for
would
this
get-
price, right?
yes,
For this
yes.
price, that
That
it would go
definitely,
for even more.
Listen, if I paid that kind of price for
Mm-hmm.
even one item, it would never leave my body. Like,
Right.
I would be holding it, I would be touching it, I would be wearing it at all times.
And a lot
It
of
is never, it is
mean,
never leaving my possession.
and a lot of old gym clothes smell haunted anyway. So how would you ever
Right.
tell?
So
Like, there's no way to know.
yeah, exactly. Thunderstruck,
Oh,
but there was an older one. I thought.
maybe. I
I
know what you're
thought there
talking
was
about.
a Shaq one.
Was that with Bow Wow? Thunderstruck? I don't think that
No.
started Bow Wow.
Thunderstruck
earlier.
was Kevin Durant.
Well, no, but I mean Bow Wow was the kid, like
I
way
always
back.
thought so because
So that'd have to be like 95 or something.
it was in the 90s because
Yeah.
I remember watching it because it was
Yeah.
like not a Disney Channel movie, but it was like one of those big things like you waited until Friday night after school to go watch
Right.
it because you know it was going to be showing like 6 times that night.
Yeah, lots of weird movies in the mid 90s for sports, right?
Right? You got all kinds of cool
Like
movies,
Rookie of the Year, he broke his arm, and then he was the best pitcher ever.
right?
Angels in the Outfield.
Angels in the Infield.
Was that the sequel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, why did they go from the infield to outfield?
Yeah, like Mike.
Like Mike. It was
Lil
shoes.
Bow Wow.
I think it was shoes.
I was
Yeah.
pretty sure it was. Yeah.
That's what it was.
I was like, I knew there was something. Basketball.
Yeah. But basketball, at least for a Rockets fan, we broke the 13-game losing streak, so that's good.
That's a promise.
So now they're
That's a
1-13
good thing.
their last 14 games. But my eyes are set on football. There's 4 teams left.
Yes.
Okay, so you have Kansas City versus Cincinnati
Uh-huh.
in the AFC Championship, and NFC Philadelphia versus San Francisco. Who do you got in those? What do you think?
So I'm going to be an oddball.
Mm-hmm.
I want my Super Bowl teams to be Kansas City and San Francisco.
That's not odd.
Joe
Montana Bowl.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I want a Joe Montana Bowl.
Yeah, that's it.
That's pretty much what I want. I just think it's not anything against Joe Burrow or anything against the Cincinnati Bengals. I just think that if Patrick Mahomes is as healthy as he's claiming to be, that ankle is okay, or they wrap it up good,
we'll find out.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Because of the chemistry of the Kansas City Chiefs, I just think that, and they've been here a lot more than Cincinnati has. They know what to expect. They know what they're going into. So they have this mentality of, look, you know, we've done this. We know what we have to do to beat these guys.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be on our top game. And their defense this year, Kansas City's defense, is rocking it.
Yeah.
Rocking it. My boy Chris is rocking it. I mean, he is just dominating. And then with San Francisco, honestly, I'm a huge Nick Bosa fan.
Mm-hmm.
And after the game where San Francisco kicked the hoo-ha out of the Cowboys,
Yeah.
I love Kittle. That
Yeah.
boy is just fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Like, his hands are great. That catch was amazing. Like, that's the kind of stuff that you watch football for, is those one-handed catches, those crazy, Hail Mary passes. This was just a short-term pass that he kind of bobbled and
Right.
ended up making. It was just one of those.
He's one of the best tight ends.
Yeah, so I'm in for a Kansas City, San Francisco Super Bowl.
I'll give you the Kansas City half, but I'm going to take Philly, I think. Kansas City, Philadelphia. And also, out of the 4 teams, we have 3 MVP candidates.
We do.
So all the NFL awards finalists were announced. It was Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Justin Jefferson, Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. So I would like to see a Mahomes-Hurts Super Bowl. That'd be a good matchup.
I don't know. I'm
But
kind of all over the place.
But I would say Kansas City would be best offense versus San Francisco's best defense.
yeah, I feel like that would be a good game.
And when else is a Mr. Irrelevant going to start
Right?
the Super Bowl?
Let's go, Brock Purdy.
With Brock Purdy.
Let's do this.
Crazy.
I know. Like, it's just one of those that I feel like Purdy has a lot to live up to.
Mm-hmm.
And so putting him on a big stage like that is going to test him.
Yeah.
Is going to see what he's actually made of, because that is the biggest game in your football history career. Like, there is nothing bigger than that. So putting him in something like that after only starting 6 games.
Right.
6 games.
I mean, yeah.
Your
But
7th game is a Super Bowl. Well, 8th game technically, but
But even as a rookie, that's
Yeah.
what you're waiting for.
Yeah.
I mean, you're waiting for that.
you're waiting
to
for
happen.
that big
So,
moment to where you can prove what you're worth. And to be honest with you, I think he can do it.
You gotta take it now because you never know if he'll be back.
Yeah.
Marino thought he was gonna. It was super easy to go to the Super Bowl because he did his second year.
Yep.
Never went back.
Yep.
Never went back.
I mean, and
Top
if you
5
talk
quarterback all
to
time.
and if you talk to quarterbacks that have gone back year after year, like Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, who have multiple rings and they've gone back, they will tell you the hardest fight they ever had was after that first Super Bowl win. To get back year after year, they had to make sure they were on top of their game. They had to make sure that they were able to outperform most of the time, not other teams themselves from the year before.
Right.
Because by that time, it's literally a race against yourself to see if you can even make it.
I just don't think Purdy's going to be the next Brady, even though they have a lot of similar letters in their last name.
I don't think that it's going to happen.
But
either.
it would be interesting if it
pretty
happened this year.
interesting.
I do think your pick for 49ers versus Chiefs is good because, like I said, Chiefs offense versus that defense would be.
I think that'd be a really good game.
And it would also include the Defensive Player of the Year nomination, Nick Bosa.
And Chris Jones.
Chris Jones from the Chiefs, so 2. And then Micah Parsons, Cowboys. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But,
okay.
I mean, I think, didn't their kicker eventually make an extra point? I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah. In the last game.
Yeah, when it didn't matter. But
Yeah.
then he made 2 like 50-something yard field goals. I
Right.
don't know. They got stuff. Every team that got knocked out of the playoffs early has stuff to figure out.
They do.
So therefore, every team has stuff to figure out.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out. Just kind of wrapping up the other award finalist. Jalen Hurts also and Mahomes both also up for Offensive Player of the Year, along with Justin Jefferson. Comeback Player of the Year, probably the most interesting. Saquon Barkley,
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey,
Okay.
and Geno Smith. I got to give it to Geno Smith because the
know.
Seahawks.
I mean, the Seahawks did fantastic with their comeback.
Because, to be honest, I did not know Geno Smith was still in the league.
For real?
Yes, because he was a hot rookie, like 9 years ago? And I just assumed he was done. And then all of a sudden, now he's the starter because they traded Wilson and
I don't
all
know.
that.
I'm kind of torn between those because like Christian McCaffrey had a huge comeback for him this year. So for me, overcoming everything he did, that's a huge thing to do. Saquon Barkley, hands down, I think out of the 3 has a bigger comeback than most of them did.
Sure.
Now I agree with you. Geno Smith kind of was really hot-handed and then all of a sudden just kind of disappeared.
No, he was never hot-handed. He was a bust of a pick. That's why.
Yes.
So McCaffrey and Barkley were great players.
Yes.
Riddled by injury.
Yes.
Geno Smith came out of nowhere to have a really good season. So I think I don't know. I think the
feel
voters are going to lean towards that.
I feel that.
And quarterback, tougher to like come out of nowhere than running back. I feel like I don't know. I'm of the mindset of
I feel like quarterbacks get too much attention.
They do.
So I feel
Yeah.
like that'll probably work not in the favor.
I mean, you're right about that because you can just look at the nominees for MVP and you have 4 out of the 5.
Yep.
Justin Jefferson would have only had a chance probably had they made it to the Super Bowl, even though voting's before that technically, but you know how that works.
We'll see.
You thinking? I don't know. For Coach of the Year, Brian DeBoll. Okay, whatever. But
I have a hard time with this one.
Peterson and the Jags because the Jags were not expected to do what they did, but Shanahan and the 49ers.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, I have a really hard time because the Jaguars, they were not slated to do anything good this year. To not even get as far as they did this year.
Right.
You know, with their record. And I think that is a testament to their coaching staff and how they perceived and how they kept moving and how they changed things. But then again, with Shanahan and the 49ers, no one expected Brock Purdy to do anything.
No, but that's why he's nominated for Rookie of the Year.
And I think that's one of those things that it's the coaching staff recognizing, hey, this kid, it's a long shot, but let's give him a try. And then he owned up and, lived up to their expectations. So I think that it's going to be a toss-up for that one for sure.
So Purdy hands down Offensive Rookie of the Year, right? And I believe Sauce Gardner hands down Defensive Rookie of the Year, especially because the Texans passed him up.
I mean, yes, I feel like that's going to be there, but I'm also like Hutchinson. I have that kid did a lot this year on the defensive side. So it's like I have a love-hate relationship with Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, but Sauce Gardner, I believe, is the first cornerback to be selected,
In the
starting Pro Bowl
yes.
since '81.
Yeah.
So, and also we hear about him all the time here because the Texans passed him up.
Yeah, because
So maybe it's like reverse bias on my part, just thinking like maybe more people, maybe there's not as many people talking about him, but I think there are a lot of people talking about him.
I would. I mean, he's getting Defensive Rookie of the Year, and we hope.
I normally would not pay any attention to the category Assistant Coach of the Year, but D'Amico Ryans also 49ers defense coordinator.
Yep.
That's what I want for the Texans coach. Because he was
think he would-
such a rock star here when he played.
Yep.
Highest motor. I mean, maybe even above J.J. Watt as far, not ability.
Yes.
But as far as
motor, yes.
Yeah, he just never stopped on the field.
I am not a fan of the Texans when it comes to
Making decisions.
making decisions at all.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like
Any kind.
it seems like they do like a spinning wheel of death, and they were like, hey, what will it land on? Ooh, Wheel of Fortune says this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But it's just I think he would be great there. He knows the program that he had to do when he was there, so he can re-implement some of those things. I think if they can get him as a head coach, if they can get rid of some of their horrible coaches and maybe some of their upper staff,
That might,
Well-
that may be impossible to do. 'Cause
I mean, yes.
that might be the staff that's holding
right.
holding everything.
And it
in
may
place.
be. It's just one of those that, I feel that if they could rejig everything,
Yeah. Just bring in different mojo.
bring in different mojo.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Absolutely.
Ryans would do it.
Oh yeah, but does
I
he
feel
want to
like
come
he
here?
would.
I don't know.
Well, I hope he does.
I would hope so. And it's not like he really knows anyone that's still here.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
I
he
mean, I
probably
think
knew
a
the
couple
older
of-
son when he
yeah.
was here, but it's a totally different regime. But
Mm-hmm.
he probably still has fond memories. The city would still love to have him.
And I think he would do great, honestly. I think he would be great as a new coach for the Texans and kind of reinvigorate the Texans in general. And so they may be able to get better players, may be able to get, hey, because, a lot of these younger kids getting drafted and some of these even veterans that are still young, they were watching him play. Hey, I want to play for this guy. He did fantastic. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about.
And also, you take the pressure off of ever having to have a decent offense. If
Exactly.
you have his defense.
Right? If you can have his defense,
I mean, who knows with the 49ers defense this year? Maybe Davis Mills is Brock Purdy, but we'll never know now.
no, we won't.
And also, he's not. But
But
wishful
if
thinking.
you could do something like that here
Like
in
that.
Texas, I think that would be fantastic.
You got to upgrade the talent across the board. But if we were a defensive-minded team from
Yes.
this point forward with him, I would not mind it at all.
I think that would help the team's momentum and
a way to
getting
go.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you don't have a defense, then there's no point in even trying to get on the field because you're just
Right.
going to let other people run all over you. Whether they're running all over you or throwing all over you, you might as well sit there and say, hey, look, there's pretty starlights upside.
And they have no elements in place to be able to compete like by scoring 38 points a game.
Right.
So, I mean, you're just hoping for clock management from your quarterback at that point. But
Yep.
if you have that defense, that is. So anyway, the stock, football cards right now are like a stock market. Every play that happens during these championship games, and then
everything
of course, going up to the
goes
Super Bowl.
crazy. And even because of new product coming in,
Yeah.
old product coming back out, rookies coming back out, doing their thing. It is a daily task to see, okay, what went up, what went down, what's still here. It's crazy.
Yep. And speaking of cards,
Yes.
I know I've been looking forward to Topps Finest Baseball, so that's finally out.
It is.
And then-
Thank goodness.
And then I remember back when Pinnacle made Zenith, so Panini obviously absorbed that license. Now they make Zenith. It used to be for the last 2 years an online exclusive. It's not anymore.
It is not anymore. We don't have any in the store.
Well, I think it comes out next week.
Yeah, I think it comes out next week. But it is one of those products I'm kind of excited to see
Yeah.
how it's changed and how they're
Probably a lot.
yeah.
But yeah.
The biggest thing that I am excited for that's brand new this week is the Illusions football.
Oh, okay.
It
yeah.
is. Some of those cards I haven't
Nice.
personally opened any, but I've seen some opened. They are sick.
Yeah.
And it also doesn't help that my two biggest quarterbacks are on the cover.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Anything else or any events going on?
We do have a lot of cool events coming on. If you can tell, I have
Yeah.
a cool. The Adventure Begins Adventure Stadium sponsors a race team.
Okay, yeah.
So they are racing their first race at MSR Houston on Saturday and
Oh,
Sunday.
wow. Okay.
So I will be there for sure. Some of our other friends from the stadium and the Begins will also be there to kind of cheer on Lobster and Rooster, who is the team that races.
Cool.
They are fantastic. So we have this cool thing going where if you can go and you can get a picture of the car and you in the same picture, we want you to hashtag it where is lobster, and you get some cool recognition in the store here.
Okay.
And we're working on exactly what it is that you're doing, but we have stickers, we have buttons, but the biggest thing we're trying to push right now is the Where's Lobster, because they travel all over. So
Yeah.
and they also travel internationally
Oh, wow,
to go
okay.
race. So we're trying to push that more, and a lot of their races are actually televised this year. So we're super excited about that. I'm super excited about that. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I
That's
really
cool.
I really like racing, so
Yeah.
that's like my big another thing is TriStar is next weekend,
Yes, it is.
and the boys will be there. Lou will be there, JT will be there, and Rich will be all down there to look and see and explore.
Houston's
And-
biggest card show every year.
I hear
Yep.
someone else is going to be down there.
Who?
You.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, Mark is going to be there, guys.
Yeah.
So you need to go see him and say hi.
I've been going to TriStar shows as long as I can remember, because that is the biggest.
That is the biggest thing,
show.
yeah, around
Yeah.
here for sure, for sure. Have you seen who's all going to be going?
Yeah, it's always divided, like Saturday and Sunday. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I know Bagwell and Biggio are going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know which entertainment stars are going to be there?
Like what is it? 7 or 8 of the cast of the Sandlot.
Of the Sandlot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And 2 Little Giants also.
Yes, and 2 Little Giants. Like,
Yeah.
I am so excited. I'm sad I can't go, but I'm like, listen, I need you guys to go get these things signed by them so, so that way I can have it. But yeah, no, TriStar is next weekend, and that's really exciting. We also have a couple of big events happening in February. So February 18th and 19th
Okay.
are HGA days. HGA is a grading card company based out of Tennessee. They're coming to the store one day for the TCG side of the
Okay.
store and one day for the sports side of the store. And they're going to come and hang out and explain how they grade cards, explain how they come up with their grades and things like that and their splashes. And she's going to be... the representative is going to be doing like little raffles and all kinds of fun stuff. And then later that week on the 24th of February, it is National Trading Card Day.
Excellent.
So we are doing an event where you can bring us 3 cards, doesn't matter kind of price point. And we will have 3 different displays that'll be color coded, and you will you will hand us a representative of the store your card. You get to choose a ticket, and then it's kind of like a blind grab bag.
Okay.
You get to go in there and you get to pick sports or TCG, and then you get it, and that's your trade for the day.
Sweet.
I know.
That's a
super
good
excited.
idea.
I'm super excited
Yeah.
for it.
That is a good idea. So that's a lot of stuff
It
coming
is,
up.
and especially in a February, and we've got all kinds of other cool things going on. Other trade day is coming and things like that. But those are the 3 big things that are happening in February for us.
Okay. That's a lot of stuff.
It is, but
Yeah.
we're excited.
Definitely, and also very cool to get, the advertisement on the race car. Because what a way to get your name out
No,
there, right?
right? And
Yeah.
it's a sick looking car.
I've seen pictures of it,
like
yeah.
it's sick.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm
Best of luck
excited.
to them, for
I'm
sure.
excited.
We'll wrap things up. Since you said blind grab, I'm going to go with blind repack. And you guys have that in the store.
We do. We have a
So it's
couple
basically
of those.
cards that you guys know what they are. You repack them, seal them, and there's some... You don't take out the good stuff.
I
That's,
do
That's
not.
the best part.
So,
So.
I do make them. They're in the store. They're called mystery bags.
Mm-hmm.
I do make them, and a lot of things are things that are either donated from like some of our regulars, or they're things that people that have opened them here in the store, or even when we have them on stream. when JT does like the Twitch and the whatnot strings at
Yeah.
night, all the extras that he doesn't want or the store doesn't need, I put them in bags, and they're black bags. You can't see through them, so you have no idea, but they are multi-sport bags.
Okay.
So I have everything from football, soccer, baseball, hockey, UFC, WWE, basketball. I even throw in some Star Wars.
Wow, okay.
I do some Star Trek. Now I will start doing WandaVision now that that's out. So, I kind of make it a fun little bag. But I do try to put at least one numbered card in there. I try, if I have enough, do like an auto or a memorabilia, something like that. I try to make it to where it's an even split amongst all the bags that I make.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for being on Cards the Yards.
Yeah, not a problem.
And so get out over here to the Adventure Stadium on
Yes.
top of Adventure Begins Comics and Games and partake in all these awesome events.
We've got some cool ones coming in February.
Absolutely. So for Sam, I'm Mark, and we'll see you next time on Cards the Yards.
Well, gang, that's all for today's episode. So join us next week. Cars to Yards, brought to you by the Adventure Stadium and the Adventure Begins. Again, we're located off 1488 and Woodland Square Boulevard. See you next time.